Good stuff.
Okay, now I'd like to talk about the books that you see in front of me. They are Developing Listening Skills 1 and 2, Mastering Listening Skills 1 and 2, Developing Reading Skills 1 and 2, and Mastering Reading Skills 1 and 2. Right now, let me just tell you a little bit about this book. It's Developing Reading Skills 1. It's Developing Listening Skills 1. This book is for high elementary and middle school students. It contains, as you can see here, it contains 20 academic talks where there are 20 lectures that are about a variety of different topics. Let me show you. For example, the first chapter is astronomy. There are 4 different units that cover topics in astronomy. The second chapter is Norse mythology. Again, there are 4 different units about that. Chapter 3 is famous discoveries. Chapter 4 is great books. And chapter 5 is unique animals. So as you can see, we cover a wide variety of topics in the book. Now, if you look at the individual units, well, you'll notice here with astronomy, with the first chapter, that each unit has its own listening skills. For example, Unit 1 and Unit 2 are compare and contrast. Unit 3 and Unit 4, the listening skill is outlining. So in the 20 units in the book, there are a total of 10 different listening skills.
Okay.
All right. Now, the first part that we have here on the first page, we have a picture. There'll be 1 or 2 pictures in the front, and we have 3 questions that we ask about the picture. This is a warm-up. It lets the students look at the picture, think about the activity, and just maybe learn a little bit of vocabulary for the lesson. Again, this lesson is asteroids and comets. Now, the second part is vocabulary. We'll have 3 pictures, and the students should match the words with the pictures. All right, now next, we have the actual lecture. As you can see here, there's some blanks. Now, what the students do is they listen to the lecture. As they listen, they fill in the blanks.
Right.
All right, at the bottom, we have a graphic organizer where the students should fill in the blanks. Where the students should fill in the blanks, again, based upon the lecture that they just heard.
Right.
On the next page, well, it's comprehension review. The students answer questions about the lecture. There's always a question about the main topic or the main idea of the book, of the lecture. Then we have detail questions. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 detail questions about the lecture. And finally, there's a vocabulary section. There are always 5 words or phrases that are from the lecture.
Okay.
Okay, now we go to the next page. Now this is where
This is a very important page, right?
it is, because it's the listening skills page. The students, again, it's compare and contrast on this unit. We have a short explanation of what compare and contrast is. Then there are two kinds of questions based on the skill. First, okay, here the students can read sentences and just write compare or contrast. All right. Then the second part, well, we have a second talk in each unit. This talk, it's not as long as the talk on the previous page. All right, it's a little bit shorter. And what we did is 10 of the talks in the odd numbered units, 10 of the talks are lectures. But in the even numbered talks, or the even numbered units, the talks are, well, they're not lectures. They could be television advertisements. They could be
Conversation?
No conversations, but they could be, for example, I think we have one where there's a tour guide operator talking to the people on his trip, and there's just a little bit of variety, just so it's not just a teacher talking. Finally, what we have here are, based upon the talk, there are 3 questions, including another listening skills practice
Okay.
as a third question.
Okay.
And that's what each unit is like.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.